Ultra-liberal talking head Van Jones invited Trump's senior economic advisor Stephen Moore on his show to talk about how Trump is going to repeal and replace the Unaffordable Care Act. Earlier in the show, when he was talking to Trevor Noah, Jones was mocking the idea of repeal and replace. And although I don't agree with everything Moore says, simply because according to the Constitution, healthcare and education for that matter are outside the bounds of what the federal government should have its filthy hands in, you can refer to the 10th Amendment for that one, he does bring some uncomfortable truths to the table that liberals just don't seem to want to hear. Check this out.
I happen to think that we can do a lot better than Obamacare. Yeah. I think that the Affordable Care Act has been the Unaffordable Care Act. It's actually raised prices for people. I think about people like, my own family. I thought we were supposed to save $2,500 a year on our health insurance, and we're paying several $1,000s more. And I think a lot of people are in that same boat. So I just want to make sure that I want everybody to have health insurance coverage, and I think most Republicans do too. But I want to make sure that we don't ruin our economy and we make it affordable to people.
Well, look, the critique is great, but the solutions are now where you guys have to deal. Opposition is easy, proposition is hard.
That's true. Healthcare is consuming so much of our economy right now. The costs have been spiraling out of control, and I would say that one of the problems, Van, is that a lot of middle-class families can't afford to pay the rising premiums. You saw what happened 2 weeks before the election. This one point, 22% increase in premiums on middle-class families. That's one of the reasons.
That was a backbreaker. That may have changed the election. That may have changed the election. And we got somebody here who wants to talk with you about that. Patty.
Obamacare did not make health care affordable for my family. Before the law, a blood product that my son infuses weekly had a $16 copay year-round. Now we're finding that we have to come up with $6,000 at the beginning of every year to pay for these IgG infusions. And drug company assistance programs are overburdened because of Obamacare. So my question is, how can anyone say that the law is working when it has made once affordable, life-saving medications so unaffordable?
Now, before you get too happy, Stephen, that's a very good question. Yeah. But listen, she's concerned about these deductibles, and a lot of people are. As you answer her question, I also want you to explain to me, are you sure your plan is going to actually lower the deductibles? Because that seems to be the main pain point. You demagogue it sometimes, but I don't know. I have not seen one thing that's going to bring down the deductibles.
Well, in fact, some people want to buy higher deductible plans because if you do that, your premiums are going to come down. I mean, think about this. What is the purpose of insurance? Insurance is to protect against the big events, like your house burning down or something. That's why we have homeowners insurance. So you want, for routine medical expenses, for the most part, Americans should be able to pay those out of pocket. You want insurance so that if you get cancer or you have some kind of serious expense, that everyone is covering for it. So a high deductible policy is not necessarily a bad thing.
Look, you and I see the world completely differently. I mean, which is not going to shock you. I actually don't understand why we have health insurance companies at all. For the very reason that you just said. Insurance should be for stuff that you are not sure about.
Right,
you don't know if your house is going to burn down, you get fire insurance. You don't know if you're going to have a flood or your crop's going to fail. Flood insurance makes sense. Crop insurance makes sense. I am sure I'm going to see a doctor. I am sure. Even if it's just to sign the death certificate, I'm going to see a doctor. Okay. So why do I need a big insurance company? I don't need health care insurance. I need health care. And that's what most countries have. They have health care, not health insurance companies profiteering.
Okay, let me throw this back at you.
Okay.
What two industries in America have had the biggest increase in prices and inflation over the last 20 years? And the answer, I think most of you know, education and healthcare. Now, what's similar about education and healthcare? Those are the two industries that have the most government involvement, right? So that when the government has a bigger involvement, the prices go up. I think, actually, if we had a more rational, free market, free enterprise system in healthcare, I think we could actually see prices fall. But I do agree with this woman who, you're exactly right, when you have situations like that, we're a rich country. We can afford to provide everybody with coverage, but we have to make sure we do it in a way that isn't bankrupting our country. And right now it's bankrupting middle-class families.
The Heritage Foundation says the existing proposal is terrible. Trump seems to be forward. Are you for what Trump is saying, or are you for what Heritage is saying?
I am for.
Will you come out
I work at Heritage.
Exactly.
So obviously, you're trying to get me fired here,
yes.
Look, of course, I think there's a lot of improvement. That this bill that came out a couple of days ago was a draft. It's going to be improved, and it's going to go through the system. Okay. And I think we're going to see a new bill that provides coverage for everyone, that increases competition, reduces costs, and covers for people with pre-existing conditions.
After 7 years of y'all demagoguing and 4 elections, I hope to see some kind of bill.
Well,
but anyway.
you were the ones who promised that you were going to lower the cost of health care, and you haven't done it.
So listen, now
we
it's your
can
turn.
do better than this.
Now it's your turn. What we will see.
Guys, thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and share it on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you want to see more videos like this, click that big red subscribe button down there, and as soon as I upload a video, you'll be one of the first to see it. If you want to support this channel, pick up one of these hard-hitting, conversation-starting shirts. You'll find the link in the description below, along with a plethora of other hard-hitting, high-impact designs. Remember, guys, the price of freedom is eternal vigilance, and indifference to this notion is the means by which the people will secure their own oppression. Let's stop securing our own oppression, and let's start today. I'll see you guys in the next video.